Hey guys, welcome to Toy Chat. This is Max.
Autumn.
And Sang.
And we are reviewing a DC Superhero Girls doll today for the first time on our channel. This is the Frost doll, first release of this character. Like the other DC Superhero Girls, she is based on a character from the DC Comics universe. In this case, she's based on the villain Killer Frost, which they have shortened.
Yep, I guess
Frost.
It's more kid-friendly.
Yeah, makes her name a little bit less distinct, but the packaging is, very standardized across the board for DC Superhero Girls. I'm pretty sure, especially for like the Wave 1, the initial character releases, they all have the same background. It's just the, no, you'll have to apologize, by the way, we do not exactly have extensive DC Superhero Girls lore knowledge. But yeah, the superhero high or whatever is in the background, the high school that the students attend. I really love the art on this DC Superhero Girls boxes. Actually, I knew her name for a while too, the girl who does the art, because she's done some art for Monster High as well. She's actually one of my favorite Mattel artists. But yeah, the art for DC Superhero Girls is super pretty, really nice. As you can see, her art is kind of radically different from the doll. More so than I initially thought, actually. It looks like she has a very long, high ponytail with like a tiara and earrings. The huge for things Mattel decided not to include on the doll. A little bit of a bummer that some of these things were changed on the doll itself, because that kind of translucent icy looking collar would have been cool. So that's pretty much it for the front of the packaging. As you can see, there's a little bit of, snowflakes down the corner, which I'm pretty sure is exclusive to this character. So this is the back of Frost's box. We get a closer look at her artwork. And there's a little blurb on DC Superhero Girls in general in the upper right. A couple pictures of other available dolls, and a bio, which we will show in full if you guys would like to read it. Frost can freeze anything or anyone with a single touch, shoot ice, or build ice constructs. She also absorbs heat and is a genius level chemist. And for some reason, she's best friends with a cheetah.
With a cheetah?
Yes.
Hey, with cheetah.
Cheetah. Oh, it's Cheetah character?
Yeah.
Oh.
God, you suck.
She was best friends with Cheetah. We're such knowledgeable DC people here.
Clearly.
A Marvel man myself, but yes.
Her favorite class is Cold Justice. What is that even supposed to be?
Justice for the cold. So that's pretty much it for the packaging, so we're going to go ahead and open her up and give you a closer look at the doll. Alright, here is Frost out of box.
Her hair, similar to Ghoulia Yelp's, is a mixture of dark and light blues. She has painted on blue eyebrows, blue eyeballs, blue lipstick.
Blue on blue.
It's very much my aesthetic, so I'm very into it. I really wish that the tiara and the earrings made it in, because I will say, like, the whole just ponytail look is a little plain for like a superhero character.
So Frost has a unique skin tone. It's a nice mixture between a almost like a peach color that's been frosted over. Give you an illusion. Yeah, it's like pink. It's pinkish, but it's also purplish, because it gives you the impression that she's like frostbitten. She has a little bit of a blush on her cheeks to give her kind of like a glow.
Yeah, she has a very sweet face. A lot of those DC Superhero Girls have very similar faces.
Frost, for some reason, kind of like looks a little less happy than other girls, in my opinion. Yeah, she has a sweet face.
Because she's cold.
Yeah.
She's a villain. Which I think most of the DC Superhero Girls characters are based on the superheroes, but only a few of them are villains. It seems like they go with slightly either sterner or more devious faces with the villains. A little bit. But.
At the top, Frost has a collar made out of ice. It's like this icy blue icicle high collar thingy, and it's cute. She has a long sleeve tunic on with a striking geometric broken mirror. I'm assuming they're going for more ice, but I'm seeing more like gems.
Just to give you an impression like shattered something. You know?
On the front, and then her sleeves are solid blue. And the hem of the cuffs and bottom of the tunic are all a white, furry, tinsely mixture. And there's some sparkly, I don't know if it's pink or if it's just iridescent, but some sparkly tinsel in there, which gives it a nice twinkle.
I really like the tinsel. I actually didn't even realize there was tinsel on her fur until I saw her in person. I think it adds a really nice, subtle flair.
At the middle, she has a wraparound belt with a big snowflake in the middle. It's all the same blue as her collar and her little arm piece, which we'll talk about in a second. Kind of wish there's a little bit of variation on the belt because it's obviously has like designs to it, so it's all one color feels a little unnatural. She has this little arm thingy, this like ice blast coming out.
Oh, it's really freaky looking from that angle.
Oh yeah, it looks like a tarantula. Yeah, it looks pretty cool. Unfortunately, like from the top, it looks kind of weird because you can see her arm, but that's really the only way you can pose it because it has these specific grooves for her hand right here. So
Yeah.
that's just how that's gonna look.
Frost is also wearing a pair of royal blue simple leggings that from afar might look like they go down to her ankles, but they do not. You'll notice, they cut off at her calves. And for her shoes, she is wearing boots that are almost knee-high with some plastic fur at the top, which is painted white, and the body of the boots are a really interesting color. They're a very pale, milky, whitish blue.
Like a baby blue.
Yeah. There are molded laces down the front, and there's a little touch of royal blue at the tip. And the heels are also royal blue. The shoes are very unexciting, not that much to talk about there. So one of the greatest things about DC Superhero Girls dolls is that they are fully articulated. They have the standard fully articulated. You can move her at the elbows, wrists, knees, shoulders. Of course you can move her head, but what's really cool is she has a breast joint as well. So you can move her upper torso forward. You can make her slouch, make her move her shoulders.
It's great for posing those superhero poses.
Yes, it's very cool.
Yeah.
Very, very appreciated.
Yeah, they have the same points of articulation as a Monster High doll.
Even more, yeah.
Plus the breast joint. So Frost comes with one additional accessories that came in her box. She comes with this little student ID. There's a little image of her in front, as well as a little description of her superpower. Then on back is a little bio on the character and how she became a superhero. It's a little bit interesting read into her character as well.
All right, so these are our final thoughts on DC Superhero Girls Frost. I don't own very many DC Superhero Girls myself. I only have two right now, Harley Quinn and Bumblebee. I do really like them both. One of my main gripes with DC Superhero Girls dolls is that their outfits tend to be a little simple for my liking. And sometimes some weird corners are cut, like making things plastic that I'd prefer to be fabric or something along those lines. But I really like Frost. I would say she's worth a buy. Her standard price is $19.99. And as of right now, it seems like she's only being found online in the US on Amazon. And she is unfortunately sold out at this time of recording, but we will have a link in the description. Now, we may as well go ahead and address the elephant in the room. If you're an Ever After High fan, she might kind of remind you of someone. Yeah, her look is very, very similar to Faye Belle Thorne from Ever After High. At least in terms of like, you know, the high ponytail and the slightly sassy face and the
overall style choices.
The kind of the aesthetic in general, the color scheme and the tights, the really simple tights and boots and all that.
Yeah, just those few things.
Just a small handful of things. They definitely, I mean, they don't look identical or anything like that, but it's just, especially when I first saw promo images for Frost, I was like, oh, that's Fabel. But she is a very cool and beautiful doll in her own right. I really love, you know, I'm a sucker for faux fur on dolls, so I really appreciate that they added that. I think her little accessory is really cute, and I would say she's probably one of the nicest DC Superhero Girls dolls available for sure.
I agree with that.
I would recommend her, you know, whether you are a DC fan or not. I think Frost is a super cute doll, and nowadays we have to show as much appreciation as we possibly can for articulated releases from Mattel. So.
This may come as a surprise for me, but this is too basic for me. I feel this way about all the DC superhero girls, though, because it's like, because they're so big, just when there's ever like a really solid piece, like her arms or her leggings, it just feels like just a huge expanse of no details. I don't know. If she was a few inches shorter or put a little bit more effort into more patterns or details, I'd be more into it. But as it is, it just feels like too plain Jane for me.
I feel like it would, as we've learned in the past, you know, I think it would be too costly for them to have detailed, like nice detailed outfits in addition to full articulation. It feels like we have to choose between one or the other nowadays. And it feels like they veered toward giving the DC superhero girls, you know, these fully articulated bodies, which, by the way, not only are they fully articulated, the body mold for these dolls, it's very sturdy. They never have, you know, loose kind of jiggly limbs or anything like that. I do really appreciate that a lot. And I mean, I guess, you know, worst case, you can switch them out into different clothing. I do agree, though, that's a recurring issue for me too. That's actually what's prevented me from like being interested in the Supergirl or Wonder Woman releases or anything like that. It's just like the outfit just really doesn't excite me.
When I first saw Killer Frost, she was like a Fabel clone. Like, here we go again. Mattel just reusing stuff. But, you know, like just seeing her in person, you know, some Instagrammers post pictures of her, and I thought, like, you know, she's pretty cute. You know, there are some qualities in DC superhero girls that are lacking. As doll collectors, we're very accustomed to all the fabric being very stylized, and like a lot of DC superhero girls, they have like very plain tights and like sleeves and stuff like that. It's very jarring. It's different, but I still feel like they have, you know, for $20 they have removable clothing, so it definitely caters to that demographic where they have removable clothes, and I appreciate that because a lot of dolls nowadays just have chunks of plastic. And of course, you know, they're fully posable, so it's very fun to pose them in, you know, cool action poses, and, you know, be able to really cater to like the action figure crowd as well. DC superhero girls are a little bit taller and a little bit larger than your average like 12-inch dolls. So like the Monster High dolls, Ever After High, certain Barbies are smaller than Frost here. So I think she's worth $20. She comes with accessories. The thing I have to say about the DC superhero girls, while they have clothing, they have accessories, I don't think they come with enough to justify $20.
This opens up a larger discussion, but I mean, I have to question how much cost full articulation adds to a release, because it feels like the direction Mattel's heading, any release that has full articulation, it's a minimum of $20.
Right, yeah, totally.
Because anything where like they have partial articulation, like that's the $15 and below stuff.
I really like the idea of the DC superhero girls. I would pay $25 for full articulation and a lot more accessories.
I'm hoping they come out like a deluxe line or something like that. I mean, it's a great start for a new series that came out about a year and a half ago, so.
We have a lot of regret about not getting the Comic-Con exclusive Katana when we kind of had the chance to.
Yeah, I was sad on that.
Because she was really nice.
Yeah.
She seemed really nice.
Yeah, but I think they're cute. I mean, they're cute dolls, and, you know, I mean, $20 isn't too bad. Alright, so that has been our review of DC Superhero Girls Frost. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe or like our video so we know what content to produce more. And, you know, leave some comments. Do you have any DC Superhero Girls? Do you watch the show? Who do you hope they bring out next? And we'll catch you next time.
Bye.
Bye!